once we get the inside, this little thin layer on, then we can put the big fillet and we'll do the entire inside. But we've got this taper sanded back. You can see the layers of the different layers of fiberglass here. And then this boat, being a custom boat, has lots of fairing and then barrier coat. Oh, so, well, probably fairing, primer, barrier coat, bottom paint type of thing. And so we got to build all this back up and do it. But the glass inside gets glassed first, then we cut all this off and round it, and then we'll do the outside. So for the motor, we decided for this orientation. Underneath the V-berth, it will not fit vertically. It fits horizontally forward, plenty of room, but we don't want to put the weight further and further forward. We'd rather have it aft. It fits aft, except you can't take the motor on and off. And so we went with a 45-degree about bend. We can still take the motor off for service or replacement if we had to. We will, because you can only go up to 30 degrees without a support, so 45. And even if we had 30 degrees, this boat pounded through some heavy seas, we will build a bracket off of here, a little saddle to support the weight of this motor. And then we'll figure out if the batteries are going to go underneath here or maybe in the compartment that I'm actually standing in right now. We have everything, it's all nice and dry, just tabbed in right here. Just a gap fill with a single layer. This is biaxial with a layer of matte. And then we're going to put a nice big fillet radius all the way around here. And then we'll start doing more and more and more layers of glass and make sure that this is just as strong or stronger than the boat was originally. Fun project. What's going on today, gentlemen?
Pancakes.
Pancakes. This doesn't look like pancakes.
We're starting to tab the BowThruster.
Gonna make it part of the boat, permanent.
Part of the boat. It's the next step. It attaches it all together.
Hopefully it keeps the ocean out.
The leak will be slower as soon as this is done.
Oh yeah.
Fine or coarse. This guy brought two.
We're just closing that gap up.
Yeah.
And then we'll putty tomorrow. And
Just put a big old fillet in it. I don't know. It's winter time. It gets dark early, but we're working late down here. I think they're probably back in the shop. Putting a big fillet all the way around. And then after the fillet, you can see we're going to get some material all put in there pretty soon. So parts is parts.
yeah, now we gotta keep track of all of them.
Yeah. They have a specific order in which they should be installed, I suspect.
They don't have a part number.
You guys are doing great work. A whole lot of resin there, boss.
No, this didn't get trimmed. I'm ready to... Yeah, it's a lot of resin there. There's a lot going on. We're going to be here for a while.
Well, that's good. I got the right man on the job. So big thanks to Matt Weaver, our chair for the composite manufacturing program. We have manufacturing, 2-year certificates, and we have bachelor's degrees at Skagit Valley College over on the main campus, and that's what he runs. And they do everything from basic composites like this to vacuum infusion, non-destructive testing, windmill blades, aerospace, you name it, all sorts of stuff. And so with the owner there, Mark, and a couple of other students and volunteers, they were getting the material all ready, cut and wet out, rolled up. They take it onto the boat, and then you can just take all of those trapezoids and keep building up all the layers on the BowThruster tube. And it turned out spectacularly well. This is how you get a boat done. You just keep working 12 hours a day with a crew. Photo evidence. No air bubbles.
No air bubbles. What are you talking about?
That's what you were getting rid of. That's what we do. For BowThruster, we did the complete fairing, glassing, and everything first. Then we're building what we call the eyebrow, similar to what we have. I'll show you on this Ranger tug over here. We want something to deflect any debris and so forth, so it doesn't swoop into the tube. And so we just epoxied this Kusa on here, and we will grind it down now and put in fairing compound, and then put just a little layer of glass over it. These are kind of superficial. If we hit something hard and this got knocked off, wouldn't do anything to the structural integrity of the hull, which is good. So BowThruster is just about wrapped up. We've painted inside the tube, mounted the leg permanently, and let's go up inside and I'll show you the motor is almost permanent as well. Next step with the BowThruster, after we permanently installed the motor and everything, because we're beyond a 30-degree angle, and because it's a good idea when you're pounding through waves with a tube in, is we manufactured this saddle with Kusa, and now it is permanently attached in here. We have to grind the paint off of this bulkhead, and we're gonna glass this right to the bulkhead. So it'll be glassed and screwed, and then we'll put a couple of hose clamps around here, and then we can get the battery mounted and get the wiring on, and that thruster project will be done. So we're wrapping up BowThruster on this BowThruster Part 2. There you can see that nice saddle that we built. Didn't get any paint on it yet, but we got all of the 4-aught cables, everything hooked up and supported and looking really nice up in here. And so that turned out excellent. The battery for it is right in here. So in this cupboard, we're basically done. We've got 200 amp hour big, so it's got tons of cranking amps to run the BowThruster. And the big cables in this cabinet here, I'll show you, is where the emergency disconnect is. This is our DC to DC charger, so this will go to the battery right here. And then this comes from the main house bank, so we can keep this battery charged up. We've got the emergency stop and the big fuse and stuff right here just on the other side of that bulkhead. So it turned out being a really nice, tidy little installation. This is also really quite slick. You can see we're getting all of the headliner done in the boat, and it looks really nice, and we're going to accent it with some wood trim, just like we have in the back cabin on the overhead panels. So the other piece of the BowThruster is that we ran from the BowThruster the control cable back here to this area, because we have a little wireless control module that will sit right here in the nav area, and right on the wall will be our little control that we have, just like that. And then the pedestal, on the new pedestal, we have run the control cable up. It's hanging right there. All we have to do for final testing is install the upper joystick. So when you're running the boat, either who's driving the boat can be running the BowThruster, or with that wireless remote, you could be on the side deck and handling lines and still bump the BowThruster. So I can think it's going to work out really good. Having a BowThruster on this boat, really, really good. And it was a lot of work, a lot of effort, but totally worth it. Here on the outside, you can see the BowThruster is complete. So eyebrow put on, all faired in. We got all sorts. We had to put on the barrier coat for all of this and in the tube, and then this is the first coat of bottom paint. We had blue left over. We'll put a full coat of black over the boat to match when we're done. But the anodes are on. We painted the props with some barnacle buster, stuff like that. So BowThruster is ready for testing.
Welcome to the Scallywags, located in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, where Skagit Valley College has been training technicians since 1968. If you are looking for industry certification and the skills to work in maritime, this is the place to visit. Our staff will share so much knowledge and experience, you will not be disappointed. The workforce demand is very high and all of our graduates are working around the world. If this sounds interesting to you, schedule a tour and come check us out.